Hey guys, it's Jette. I'm just doing this video to go over what we talked about last night, where the video kept losing audio. So, I'm doing it with the phone, and I have it like reversed, so I know if it looks funny, that's why. I know the lighting isn't all that great, but at least you guys can hear me. So yesterday we had a conversation on the page about RTS and PTSD. There are two different kinds of RTS. There's RTS, which is rape trauma syndrome, and then there's RTS syndrome, which is a learning disorder. At first, I was a little confused as to which one was being talked about, which one was being referred to, but once I realized that the person was referring to RTS, rape trauma syndrome, I knew that I needed to make a video and tell you guys about my personal experience, just so those of you who have had to deal with it and aren't necessarily comfortable about coming forth and talking about it, know that you're not the only ones out there. So, just to give you a little bit of information about how and why I went through it. From the ages of 15 and a half to 18, I was sexually and physically abused on pretty much a daily basis. I was in a very bad situation. It wasn't a situation that I could just get up and walk away from. And there are a couple of different networks, programs that helped me get through it a lot, other than Adam, that fabulous man sitting back there. I don't know if you guys can see him or not. Wave. Thank you. But I also went through the PTSD. And I did try to talk to people, especially my counselor, and that did not work out because my counselor just happened to be a guy, and just as our fan said, it was just one of those things where it was like, okay, well, what did you do to provoke it? Faith. Sorry, my dog was chasing her tail behind me, and I didn't know if it's too loud or whatnot. But anyways, so yeah. A couple of the things, like I'll just give you a couple of the different times. For one, the only reason I got out of the situation when I did was because one day I had to work and I was being told that I needed to do something for him, and I said no, and that started an argument. We were out in public, and I managed to make it outside, and there happened to be an off-duty police officer. Just a second. Faith, stop. An off-duty police officer standing outside across from where we were at a post office, and he witnessed the whole thing and came over and he tased the guy, my attacker, and told me to run. So I did, and I ran to the police station. And I was able to get out of the situation that way. But after that, like, he stalked me and he stalked Adam and he threatened our lives. And yeah, it was pretty bad, but because of Adam, I'm still alive today. Because I honestly think that if he would have put his hands on me in front of Adam, Adam would have just killed him. Just saying. But anyways, I was hospitalized multiple times because of this person. I had to have staples, stitches, all that. He tried to choke me on a constant basis, and the only reason he got away with it for as long as he did is because his brother was the chief of police, and so he would just make it look like it never happened, or like I was making it up. He bashed my head against a marble windowsill several times, repeatedly, and chased me through a chain link fence, chased me up a tree, and then tried to knock the tree down with his car while I was in it. He beat me with some sort of pipe that was meant to fix a toilet one time. Yeah, so I've been there, and his thing, like, one of the programs that I found to be helpful, and even though this happened to me over a decade ago, one of the things that I found helpful is called Project Unbreakable. And it was a program started by a young lady, and what she does is she goes around photographing victims, survivors, regardless of gender, and she gives them a poster board and a marker and says, okay, write down a quote from your attacker. And mine, and I did put in a submission, mine would be, he would always tell me that he knew how to hurt me because he knew who I loved, and that if I didn't shut up and, lie still and just take it, that he would kill them one by one in front of me, starting with my grandmother. And I mean, eventually I learned not to fight back, because if I fought back, then, it's just going to make it that much worse for me. So I did stop fighting back eventually. But, so that was his quote, and it was used every time. But as far as the PTSD goes, I was not medicated. I did have nightmares for about 5 years afterwards, and it was only by the grace of God and the man sitting behind me that I got through it, because there were nights where I would wake up and, yeah, it was just bad. So I get it. I understand. I did not get pregnant as a result, thank God. I wasn't, I got very lucky in a lot of different senses with that, because it could have turned out a lot worse than what it did. But I did still go through it, and I don't let it define who I am today, but I do think that it definitely helped me to become who I am today. Because now, well, let's just say that if anybody ever stepped up, if any men ever stepped up to me, I'd kick their ass, just saying. But anyways, the programs that I found that helped me the most, other than my significant other back there, the one that just ripped ass, I'm sure you guys heard, is called RAINN. It's RAINN, and that's Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network. And it's RAINN.org, RAINN.org. And they have a 24-hour hotline. They have an online chat too, 24 hours, and you can remain anonymous. Their hotline is 1-800-656-HOPE, and that's 4673. So it's 1-800-656-4673. And if I remember correctly, I think they're also in direct correlation with Project Unbreakable. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to put the links up, and I hope that, if any of you guys are going through this or have gone through this, I hope that you're not, and I hope that you haven't, because it's not something that I think that anybody ever needs to go through. That you will find these resources just as good for you as they were good for me. I'm sorry if you've been through that, because no human being ever deserves to be treated that way. And I'm here for you. And I know that we have other admins that are also here for you. Other people on the page that have been through it as well. So, my heart goes out to you. Sending you big virtual hugs. And I love you very much. And I will catch you guys later. I've got to cut the video short because I've got to go pick up my son. But I really do hope that this helps you guys, and we'll pick up more on the subject later. But I wanted to redo my video, that way you could actually hear me. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you later.